Hello, welcome to Law Talk. I'm Matt Hamilton. Lee's Summit Municipal Court in Lee's Summit, Missouri. That's our topic today. Lee's Summit handles small-time city ordinances, misdemeanor violations within the confines of the very large city of Lee's Summit, Missouri. That's over 100,000 people. It's a rather large court. If you're charged there are certain things that you know when you go there. The court is located at the intersection of Tudor and Douglas Roads, right next to Lee's Summit North High School in Lee's Summit. You can get there through 50 Highway or through 435, 470. Do not worry about parking when you go to Lee's Summit Municipal Court. There's plenty of parking right there, right in front of the court. You're going to be walking at most 200 feet, and a lot of times you can get straight into a front parking space. Lee's Summit Municipal Court has a security. You should expect 1 to 3 security officers there. They're going to have metal detectors, so don't be silly and bring a weapon into court. Don't do it. You'll get it confiscated. You might get arrested. Leave it in the court. When you go to court, if you've charged with a ticket or if you're a defendant there, go straight through security and then do not turn right directly into the court. If you're a little bit early or exactly on time, I want you to walk straight ahead through the double glass doors. You're going to see the court clerk's windows right there. There are going to be 3 windows. The 2 on the right-hand side are for paying fines and doing other businesses. You probably will want to, if you're a little bit early, go to the 3rd one on the far left-hand side. That's the ones that pulls your tickets. You simply go up, wait patiently for either in line or for a clerk to come up and simply tell her your name. Then they will pull your file. Why do you want to do this? Because it gets you to the front of the line. They'll call those cases first. That'll save you time and inconvenience, okay? Then you'll turn back around, go back through those double glass doors, take a left into the courtroom itself. Now, Lee's Summit courts have dockets all day long. They start at 8:30 dockets on some days, and some days they have dockets as late as 3:30 in the afternoon. You should expect your court to be either on a Wednesday or a Thursday afternoon. A lot of morning tickets too, but there's either late morning or early afternoons are the biggest dockets that they have. They've started a Friday morning docket, and there are some cases that go through that, but typically it's a Wednesday or Thursday. There are 2 different judges there, Dana Altieri and Jim Tobin. Dana Altieri is typically on a Wednesday, so that's who the judge you'll have, or Jim Tobin is on Thursday, and that's the judge you would have. If you start on a Wednesday, expect to continue to be on a Wednesday if you delay your case. You're not going to be able to get to change your judge, unless you've got an attorney. If you're on a Thursday, you've got Jim Tobin, expect to see them. They're both very good, competent, experienced, reasonable judges. So you're lucky with respect to your judges in Lee's Summit, okay? That's not anything you need to worry about. When you get into court, they will sometimes allow a continuance over the phone for a first-time continuance. That telephone number is 816-969-1150. Do not bother the court clerks. If they require you to be in front of the judge, just go ahead and do it. They'll give you a continuance if it's your first time. But I would not expect to be able to delay your case more than about 3 months. The judges are either going to want a really good reason for that, like you've been in an auto accident and insurance is still trying to process it, or you have a driving while suspended charge and you need to get past a suspension period. Those are good reasons. The fact that you procrastinated or the dog ate your homework or some sort of other silly story will not work. Believe me, these people have heard every story in the book. They've been practicing law over 20 years. Don't bother with that. Just be real and upfront with them and they'll work with you, okay? Now, the type of payments that they'll allow, checks, cash, currency, and credit cards can all be paid. Sometimes people will bring somebody else's credit card in. I don't know why they try that, but I would advise you not to do that, okay? Bring your own credit card in and pay with either cash, currency. I recommend against credit cards because there's a fee of several percent and you don't want to pay any more than you have to. The types of punishments that you can get at Lee's Summit Municipal Court are fines, jail time, and some sort of alteration to that if you get probation, okay? Fines go up to $225 per charge. So if you've just got one ticket, you're not going to be paying more than $225. If you've got 3 tickets, it's 225 times 3. Adds up quite quickly, okay? They can and do sentence people to jail in Lee's Summit Municipal Court. When you walk in there, you can look to your left-hand side, and there's a big chasm down there. At the bottom of that chasm is the jail. People serve time there. So do not mess with the judges. Don't play silly games. There are lots of municipal courts where you don't serve jail time. Lee's Summit, you can, so watch out for that, okay? Now, the third option that I gave you is probation, and that is a type of, there are 2 types of probation, either a suspended imposition of sentence, where it does not go on your record and you don't go to jail, or a suspended execution of sentence, an SES, where there is a conviction. So you want to, that's a subtle difference, but it's a significant one to you. Now, when they suspend the sentence, they're doing that in lieu of jail time. So they're going to be requesting things of you, either taking a class like an alcohol drug education class, or a SATOP class if you've got a DWI, or a shoplifting class if you've been caught stealing. Expect those types of classes if you've been placed on probation, okay? There are also 2 different types of supervision for Lee's Summit Municipal Court probation periods, okay? There's supervised and unsupervised. That's a very significant difference because number 1, it costs you a bunch more money if it's supervised, and number 2, it's a lot more inconvenient for you to be coming in, seeing somebody all the time, making phone calls if it's supervised. Having said that, if the court believes you need supervised probation, you have a much more serious charge and frankly may have no choice. But community service is another issue that you have to watch out for. They sometimes sentence people to community service. You may really want community service because they sometimes do it in lieu of jail time. But Lee's Summit Municipal Court is different than other places. They have a pre-approved list of community service providers. You can call an attorney like myself that practices there all the time. They'll be able to tell you. Or you can go to the court and ask them for the court-approved people. The last thing you want to do is be thinking you have to do community service and choose your own place, do a bunch of community service, and it not count. Don't go do that, okay? Make sure you get the court-approved community service first, all right? Do you get a court-appointed attorney at Lee's Summit Municipal Court? 99% of the time, you do not get a free court-appointed attorney. I'm sorry. When the only method that you can get a court-appointed attorney is both of 2 things have to happen. Number 1, the court has to find that you're indigent, that you completely lack the financial ability to pay for an attorney. And secondly, the prosecutor's office has to stipulate that they are requesting jail time for you. If you're not indigent and facing jail time, you don't get a court-appointed attorney, okay? And it's my advice that that's not in your best interest anyways. You need to have private counsel, all right? Now, can you handle these matters yourself? And if you're charged in Lee's Summit Municipal Court, can you do it yourself? Here's the trick. Call an attorney that regularly practices in Lee's Summit Municipal Court. Not somebody in downtown Kansas City, not somebody from some remote area. Somebody that knows the court, knows the people, knows how to do it, and simply ask them. Nobody's getting rich off Lee's Summit Municipal Court cases, all right? They're not going to be telling you lies trying to get your business. If you don't face a significant charge, they'll tell you because they don't want to deal with it, right? There are many charges that aren't significant and you can just handle it yourself, no problem. However, if you've got a significant thing, for example, most traffic offenses, the convictions will permanently be on your driving record, permanently be on your criminal record if you just plea them out. You don't have to worry about points so much unless you've had a lot of tickets, but a permanent fixture on your record will make other traffic tickets in your future more difficult, more expensive, but more importantly, your insurance will go up. And what the Missouri Department of Insurance has reported is that the difference in the insurance rates by far outstrip the cost of an attorney and the added fines for getting amended down. So to take away from that, if you've got a traffic offense, it's cheaper, more convenient, and more in your best interest to just hire the attorney and take care of it, all right? Also, if you've got a drug charge, you don't want to be handling that yourself. Drug charges can be convictions. They can affect your ability to get loans, affect your ability to get jobs. If you get future charges and they see that on your record, they're going to be more harsh to you. You want to avoid that. Same thing goes for driving while suspended, driving while revoked, and driving while intoxicated. You don't want to be handling those yourself. In fact, you almost assuredly can't. All right? So that's the types of charges. Just simply ask and you'll be able to do it. Also, you can't negotiate with the prosecutor yourself. There's some courts in Kansas City where you can do that. Most just 2 or 3 municipal courts on the Kansas side. They won't allow you to do that in Lee's Summit. It's not going to work. So don't go into court making admissions. Don't go into court wasting your time. Just manage it from the get-go and you'll be a lot better off. Okay? So that is Lee Summit Municipal Court. I hope it helps you. If you have further questions, feel free to give us a call. We know what we're doing there. Okay? Thank you.